He beat up hundreds of inmates, stabbed dozens. He held lawyers, inmates, and prison staff hostage in his cell on numerous occasions. He attempted to poison and nearly succeeded while in solitary confinement. The name in question is Charles Arthur Salvador, formerly known as Charles Ali Ahmed, born Michael Gordon Peterson. But the world knows him best as the most violent prisoner, Charles Bronson, a name he picked up as a bare-knuckle boxer. Bronson comes from Great Britain. Surprisingly, people who remember him as a child described him as an intelligent, gentle, and kind-hearted boy who stood up for the weak and defended other kids from bullies. This description is very contradictory to his criminal reputation, which makes the man that much more fascinating. In an interview, he described himself by saying, "I'm a nice guy, but sometimes I lose all my senses and become nasty. That doesn't make me evil, just confused." Despite his violent history, he never actually killed anybody, but came very close countless times. At the age of 13, he fell in love with fighting and became part of a 4-man gang of robbers, which led him to end up in juvenile detention. As a teenager, he was mostly absent from school, worked different menial jobs, and committed petty crimes. His first job was at a supermarket, but he got fired after only 2 weeks for attacking his manager. At this young age, he was getting caught for various crimes such as assaults during nights out, stealing a truck, and then crashing it into a car before fleeing the scene, and a smash-and-grab robbery. He was given many chances, because for all these crimes, he only received fines, probation, and a suspended sentence. He was imprisoned for the first time at the age of 22 after committing an armed robbery, for which he received a 7-year-long sentence. During his stay, he committed various assaults of the inmates, destroyed prison's property, and refused to work, all of which kept landing him on the punishment block in solitary confinement and eventually prolonging his sentence. During his stay, he solidified his reputation of a violent and problematic offender who had to be transferred regularly between different prisons. At one point, he had to be transferred chained to the floor of a prison van. When he was in isolation, he found passion for fitness and eventually ended up writing a book titled Solitary Fitness. According to his claims, he did 3,000 push-ups every day. While in solitary, he attempted to escape the prison by digging a tunnel out of his cell, but he was ratted out by another inmate, whom he scarred for life upon returning to general population. You know what he did to him? He cut up his face and body with a broken glass bottle. Charles kept destroying state property, attacking inmates and prison guards alike. His lifestyle caught up to him and caused severe mental problems, which led him to attempt suicide and to attack another prison guard, which got him transferred to a mental hospital. During his stay there, he was surrounded by extremely disturbed and violent patients, which messed his head up even more. He tried to strangle a child rapist and murderer, but he failed. Charles stated, "I witnessed them, the patients, running into walls, using their heads as rams. I've seen them fall unconscious doing this. They stabbed themselves with pens, needles, scissors. One even blinded himself in one eye, and another tore out his own testicle. There was one who just kept trying to eat himself, biting his arms, legs, and feet." Eventually, he was transferred to a regular prison again. There, he attempted to strangle another inmate but failed again, which led to his depression. Throughout his life, he started multiple riots and protests, which altogether caused hundreds of thousands in damages. In order to cope with the prison lifestyle, he started writing poems, prose, and drawing cartoons for which he won more prison awards than any other inmates. Bronson is still an avid artist and even raised tens of thousands of dollars for his family of charities. He paid for his mother's holiday while in prison. Because she was upset about his attack on 12 prison guards. He was basically in and out of prison doing multiple 5 to 10 year stretches because he just couldn't give up fighting and robbing. After his first release, he became a bare-knuckle boxer. Charles Bronson even killed a Rottweiler, which he fought in an underground fight for 10,000 British pounds. This hurt him a lot because he claimed to have a strong love for animals but needed the money. During his stays in prison, he married and divorced 3 different women. Now he is respected worldwide for his art and has a strong following of fans that are fascinated by his life. He is currently serving a life sentence, but he says that he knows he will eventually parole out and that it will be sooner than many think. 10,000 of his followers signed a petition asking for his release, and he even appealed directly to the Prime Minister David Cameron. His rap sheet is so long that this video would probably be 1 hour long if I was supposed to name all the crimes he committed. Some of his most notorious acts are causing a one-man riot naked with a spear he made from a broken bottle and a broomstick. He held 2 Iraqi hijackers and another inmate hostage and forced them to tickle his feet and call him General. He said he'd release them if he got a plane ticket to take them to Libya, 2 Uzis, and 5,000 rounds of ammunition. But he eventually agreed to release the hostages on his own. Bronson developed an intense fitness regime. He claims he can do 172 push-ups in 1 minute. He managed to do 25 push-ups with 2 men on his back, squatted with 3 men on his shoulders, picked up a snooker table on his own, and also bench pressed 300 pounds 10 times after 8 years in solitary confinement. Charles Bronson is one of the most fascinating men I ever heard about. Right now, he's 66 years old, and his criminal history and physical shape sound so outlandish that it's hard to believe it's all true. But it is. Many describe him as a nice and passionate guy, but it's clear he has demons living deep down inside of him. It's likely that he will eventually be released. Do you think he should be kept in prison forever, or should he be given another chance? How would you feel knowing that this man is walking freely in the world? Let me know down in the comments.